So I'm sure they are just ready now to just give us 100% where they are as the audit when we finish. Ladies and gentlemen, South Africa has relatively high carbon emissions for a developing country like us. And we should make the most of every opportunity to change this trajectory. Our president stood on the podium some 3 years ago at Copenhagen and told the world of our trajectory, the commitment that we made as a country towards carbon reduction. And we would like to believe that this is part of our contribution as well to that effort. Today, we are showing our commitment, and indeed we are saying that the commitment such as this can lower the carbon emissions. We are doing it to protect our environment, but also for today's occupants of this earth, Mother Earth, and also for the future generations. We are saying, yes, it can be done. Here it is happening. According to the greenhouse gas emission profile, the bulk of the emissions are from the energy sector, which contributes something like 79% of our country's greenhouse gas emissions. This situation, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, that as it looks of this energy profile, presents us with an opportunity as government and its people to work with our own relevant, all of them state-owned companies, to commit to action. And that action must result in emission reduction, not just action for the sake of action. We do recognize indeed the imperative for balancing the climate change outcomes with the developmental outcome of economic growth, job creation, and poverty eradication. And it is also because of that reason that we said in the climate change response policy that we will work hard to ensure that we transit into the green economy, working closely with all our stakeholders so that we don't lose jobs in the meantime, but we rather eradicate poverty or move towards eradicating poverty and at the same time grow our economy. I'm emphasizing this point because there are many of us, even here in South Africa, who still believe that you can work on environmental protection and that process leading towards no job creation, or that process leading towards no social benefits for our people. We are saying no, we understand that sustainable development is about growth as well. It's about the people's humanity and people's growth as well as benefits for the people. So the three go together. We know, ladies and gentlemen, that our economy will become resilient to the possible effects of climate change only when, and I emphasize, only when we take bold steps towards the reduction of carbon emissions that lead, and those steps must lead to increasing efforts from all of us, but our main aim must be to decrease the global temperature and decrease the global temperatures. Today, as government, we are showing leadership and indeed crystallizing our commitment by embarking on this 2-year project. How do we say it? Is it we add the years backwards as well? I think for ourselves feeling good, let's call it this 2-year project. On this 2-year project, the project that will contribute to our phased-in transformation of our energy matrix in order to include renewable energy sources as per the plan that our sister department have actually worked out. I'm not sure if it's all of us who are in this room who know that we now have the IRP1 working towards IRP2. So whatever we do here, we are responding to the energy mix and fulfilling the energy mix that's needed in that plan. Whatever the Department of Energy is doing, in totality, is responding to the climate change response policy. And all those are backward linked to ensuring that the growth path is also fulfilled. Recently, South Africa has released a national sustainable and strategy for sustainable development, what we call the NSSD, which is indeed not de-linked, but rather accompanied by other strategies like the ones I've just spoken to or referred to, the growth path and the green economy strategy. For those of us who may not be present, have been present at the summit that was held here in South Africa, where this green economy strategy was formulated. Let us know that, South Africa does have a green economy strategy. Again, it's a fulfillment of a climate change response policy. And that green economy strategy has 8 focus areas. The first area is the green buildings and the built environment, which is what we are dealing with today, this new home of ours. The second one is sustainable transport and infrastructure, which people in the Department of Transport, supported by all of us, are fulfilling. In other words, if you do a lot towards transitioning or transforming the transport industry and the entire infrastructure in that area, in moving it towards green, we are fulfilling the strategy, and at the same time, that will help us mitigate our carbon emission as it stands now. The third one is the clean energy and energy efficiency pillar, which we are also fulfilling here. So our actions will keep fulfilling each and every pillar across sometimes 2 pillars or even more than 2 pillars at a time. The fourth one is the resource conservation and management. But through us actually ensuring that there's water harvesting, we have green building, this green area and so on, providing oxygen and all that goes with it, is part of conservation and management of our own resources. So we do also fulfill that pillar through this action. The fourth one is sustainable waste management practices, which I believe that will be there as well. And certainly we are the first department to start with separation of waste, recycling, and so on and so on. Already we are embarking on that program. I'm saying, let's not look at this building as narrow, as just a building, a home for the Department of Environmental Affairs. It does also fulfill other aspects of the strategy, the green economy strategy. The fifth one is agriculture. Yes, we do fulfill it. We'll all be eating what's in here. Green stuff that comes from elsewhere, yeah. But yes, this is one that has got to be fulfilled by other people who are supporting as well, in one way or another. The sixth one is food production, it's agriculture, food production and forestry. And the seventh one is water management. The eighth one is sustainable consumption and production, as well as the cross-cutting focus area that covers research, awareness, and skills development in other buildings, but also looking at the fulfillment of empowerment of our social capital. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought that I should take time to just talk about those 8 pillars as well, because all of us must ensure that we do something to fulfill our obligations that were pronounced on behalf of all of us by our president way back 3 years ago in Copenhagen. And implementation within the built environment will also in this strategy include the national program to bring sustainable resource use criteria into the design of the settlement projects and subsidized houses across the country. That's what South Africa is doing. And this is done with special reference to housing densities, orientation of buildings, roof overhangs and installation of 1,000 solar water heaters, which we targeted to be completed or to be done by 2014, and sustainable use of water and waste resources. These are our commitments that we made in the green economy strategy. Already work is going on. I don't know how many solar panels will be these ones here. We can keep counting because we need, no, it's not 1,000, it's 1 million actually. by 2014 we need to have restart. But we are quite certain that we will restart. Ladies and gentlemen, as our climate change response policy algorithm, that amongst others, the majority of South Africa's carbon emission arise from energy supply, such as electricity, that is actually manufactured from fossil fuels.
Shile la musoko mama.